This video is brought to you by Displate. Check out my personal favorites in the link in the description, and use the coupon code Lockstin25 for 25% off your order, but hurry! This code expires in 48 hours. Every sale helps support this channel directly, so a huge thanks to Displate, and of course to you. Big new Pokemon leaks! That's right, you're hearing it here most recently, folks. Lord knows I can't say first because gosh, we're slow. I guess that's what happens when you spend more than a single brain cell making content. We're not even through the intro and I've lost several already. Whoa. Pokemon Sword and Shield comes out in 2 months, meaning, of course, Pokemon Leak and Reveal season is here, and wow, oh boy, is it very disappointing. A duck with an onion? Oh well, let's get to the point. Here, it's right here. I have with me a multitude of leaks. Because today, of course, you know already, we are going to be testing the structural integrity of leeks as lances and or cutting implements. I'm not kidding. I love you guys so much, I actually went outside. Josh was there, of course, but it's practically like I'm solo in a store with people. Here we are buying leeks. All of them. All the leeks the store had. Hopefully this video makes back the price of these vegetables. Either that, or I'm eating dirty leek soup for a few weeks. But let's get back to the Pokemon. I mean, have you seen this mon? From his widow feet to his bedroom eyes. This Pokemon is something, alright. Funnily enough, this noble knight Pokemon is fighting type, as are most of the sword fighters in this game. What with Gallade and the Swords of Justice and all. But his noble nature lends itself to his fights. It's said that Sirfetch'd calmly fights, and always fights fairly. I guess it's trying to insinuate chivalry, the sort of pirate's code, except for knights. Only the farfetch'd of the Galar region can evolve into Sirfetch'd, after experiencing many battles as well. And they are so famously noble in battle that they are often depicted and chosen as a motif for paintings. Of particular note is a painting famous in the Galar region that depicts a duel between Sirfetch'd and Escavalier. Knights versus snails, where have I seen that before? Well anyways, he's a pretty noble, confident, seasoned fighter. I mean, it's said that in battle Sirfetch'd uses the sharp stalk of its leek as a lance, and the thick leaves as a shield. It maintains this leek over the span of many years, and it treasures it more than anything. Sirfetch'd will finally leave the battlefield and retire entirely, if this leek of its ever wilts. It's kind of sad then if you just catch the leek on fire, isn't it? Well, it's time for you to learn a multitude of leek facts. How exciting! I mean, how long would a leek even last outside of the ground? We obviously see that Sirfetch'd's leek is not buried, unless of course it plants it every night when it goes to bed, like it's tucking it in to sleep. It's pretty cute of an idea. But an unplanted leek will last, depending on its freshness, only 1 or 2 weeks unrefrigerated or frozen. Those will raise the lifespan of the leek once it's out of the dirt, the same way that they save all vegetables, by cooling down and slowing down the decaying process. But there is another way to keep leeks fresh. After plucking them up, if you don't wash them, and instead just dust the excess dirt off, you will be able to store them in a dry, dark area. This will give them up to 3 months of storage time. And the key here is dry. Once they get wet, they start to wilt rather quickly. It sucks for Farfetch'd, or Sirfetch'd. The Galar region, being based on the UK, is quite moist and rainy. So I guess the only possibility is that they do keep it as dry as they can, and do plant their little sword in the dirt every night. What about the shield? Well, I guess dry, hard leaves are better than soft, floppy, wet leaves. I really enjoy this detail. If you look at its sword and shield, they are the same singular leek that it cut to create both of these armaments. But now here's the real deep lore question. What did it use to cut them in the first place? Did its mentor cut the leek? Is there a never-ending chain of Sirfetch'ds cutting the students' leeks once they are ready to become knights? Well, I guess farfetch'd can learn the move cut. But how big do leeks even get? If the Pokemon is 2 foot 7 inches like the Pokedex states, then the leek being twice that would be like 5 whole feet. Or maybe the Dex is measuring the leek as the Pokemon? I mean, it's done stupider things before, but this is where things get interesting. The average leek can grow from 12 to 18 inches, but here we come to an odd crossroad. What type of leek is it? There are plenty of different types of leeks, some aptly named for this Pokemon even. I mean, there are Lancelot Leeks! Lancelot Leeks! A variety that is very resistant to plant viruses. There's even a leek named the King Richard, named after a famous English king. This leek is a summertime classic, rather weak in the cold though. There's also the Lincoln, not perfectly named for this Pokemon unfortunately, but it is fast growing and has large, long, white stalks, much like Sirfetch'd. I feel like Game Freak may have actually gotten this idea from the Lancelot name, or the King Richard name of a leek. I mean, if you're gonna make a Lance Pokemon in a UK region, you can't not reference Lancelot. He lanced things all the time. Like a lot. And since there's a leek named after him, and Farfetch'd has a leek, put 2 and 2 together. Did you know that there is a Scottish variant called the Giant Muscleberg? Not really sure how that fits in, but maybe that's why it's fighting type, because Game Freak is wonderful. Giant muscles, fighting type, leek. Fun fact, the leek is very culturally important in Wales. In fact, it's so important that it's an emblem of the country. Another reason to reference it, since Wales is in the UK, even if it's not in the Galar region. Now, while there are plenty of leeks that grow pretty big, none of them grow quite as long and thin as Sirfetch'd's leek. But I mean, it is the fantastical world of Pokemon. Who's to say they don't just have really big leeks? I mean, Sun and Moon had massive leeks. But now comes the real question, the real fun question. How good are leeks as a weapon? Let's see what these leeks can do. Wow, how informative. You know, a duck probably couldn't cut its way through an Obstagoon, that's for sure. I'm assuming Obstagoons are a bit harder than any of the things we hit. Also, these are just onions, right? Who uses an onion as a weapon? I mean, you could make your enemy cry, but that's not because of pain, it's because of synpropanethyl S oxide. It stimulates the eye's lacrimal gland, so they release tears. Is Celebi like the queen of the Farfetch'ds? She's like a mythical onion fairy. Questions. Let me know your questions down below. And until next time, never stop using your noggin. Way wetter this time. And remember, Displate makes your walls spicy. Spicy might not be the right word. It makes your walls cool. The space and the neon ones look so good printed on metal. They are for sure premium products. So again, link in the description, coupon code Lockstin25.